Can I get this old four-wheeler that's been sitting for a very long time started and running again today? This four-wheeler's been in the family ever since it was new, so it's just kind of been passed around, and unfortunately, over the last few years, it's been neglected quite a bit. As you can tell, I'm not sure when the last time it's actually ran on its own power. So my goal is to get it started and running. That way I can take it back to my home. You guys know that I have a few acres, and play with it for this big winter storm that we're having this weekend. So not only do we have to get it running, we have to get it running somewhat good so we can play with it and it's actually reliable. This is actually my first video doing something along this line, but I do have a passion for fixing things that have wheels and then abusing them after. So really just sit back, relax while I do all the hard work and get this thing running again. So just kind of walking around, doing a basic overview, seeing what I'm getting myself into. Gas cap was already off and there's no gas in there, so that's a red flag. And then the tire is obviously flat, not too worried about that. That won't cause it to not run. So we're gonna pop the seat off. I'm gonna pop the seat off and see what's going on underneath. So, doesn't look too bad. We're gonna pop off this air filter here and air filter cover and see what's going on. Okay, so we do have something, and it seems pretty tight. So, okay, that's good. We're just gonna go ahead and leave this off. Battery looks okay. I guess we'll try that out. I know it does not have any gas. We're definitely gonna see if it has oil before we see if it can turn over. If it can turn over, we can get this thing started. There's the... Okay, so there is oil. You see that little line? So there is oil in here. So now we're gonna see if we can actually get it turned over and if the engine turns over smoothly. If it can do that, I have high hopes we can get this started. It does luckily have a pull start, so we're gonna see what it does here. Okay. Okay, it does turn over, and I do hear some pretty good compression. You could probably hear it too. I know this won't work, but we're just gonna see if the electric start turns it over. Yeah, but I know there's no gas. We're gonna worry about that next. Wait, make sure the key's on. There's nothing. Kill switch. Nothing. It's not even clicking, so the battery is definitely dead. But I do think we can get it started with just the pull start. Got some gas. We're gonna fill it up a little bit. We're not gonna go all the way. I'm gonna screw this back on. I'm not sure about spark. I guess we'll find out if we have issues starting it, or there is a carburetor and that may be an issue too, but I'll try and give it a few good pulls and I guess just see what happens. Work on really diagnosing it and see what's going on with it. Or hopefully it just freaking starts. That would be amazing. All right, let's pull this thing. Come on, baby. Did you hear that? It was trying to, so now we're going to try it again. This may be a shorter video than I thought. Wow, I am beyond impressed on the reliability of this four-wheeler. They do not make them how they used to. So I'm just checking, making sure there's no weird noises. Checking the fuel filter, it looks clean. It's idling great for how long it's been sitting. A little bit of smoke, but it'll probably clear out eventually. I can hear the intake. I'm gonna let this idle for a second and I'm gonna make sure that tire is aired up. And then I guess we just see if it can actually drive on its own power for the first time in years. I just aired up this tire. It looks like it's holding air for now. The other tires look fine. And guys, this thing is still idling after like 5 minutes. We're gonna see if I can give it gas and see what happens. Guys, this is crazy. All right, we're gonna pop everything back on, pop this back on the seat, and take it for a drive, I guess. We have reverse. Brakes barely worked, but all it needed was gas, bro. I can't believe it. I was expecting this to be like a whole series of like getting this thing started again. Not only is she driving, she's driving very well. No, and they shift good.